Hello, everybody. I'm back. I know it's been so long since I've been on here, but I was in my basement yesterday with my son looking at my computer, and I was like, you know what? I need to make another video. It has been a minute since I made a video. So here I am. Okay. So let me tell you all what I've been up to. All right. Well, I've been on YouTube looking at people and folks that I normally look at, all the drama and stuff that's going on, which is crazy right now. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I have been, if you're on my cyber training channel, you see that I've been doing a lot of stuff with that. I acquired 2 certifications. Today I actually got them in the mail. I actually got, I haven't opened it yet, but CompTIA, these are my cybersecurity certifications. So CompTIA, they send you a paper copy and a letter and all that stuff. I'll open it later though on my other channel. So I got that, the 2 certifications. You all know that last October, I also got census stuff. Did y'all get y'all census stuff? You know, you got to fill this out. Last October, I quit my job in government, and I'm still not working. This is March. However, because of my certs and some other stuff, I offered and accepted a position with Booz Allen Hamilton in their cyber policy office, which is amazing. So I'm very happy about that. It comes with a secret clearance, which is, so I'm waiting on that to go through, the interim secret to go through. I'm sure there'll be no problem with that. So in the meantime, I am in the house, just like everybody else, you know, because of Corona and our COVID-19. And along with my kids, my 2 boys, my 9 and 10-year-old. But that's what I wanted to talk about mainly here is that, so we just found out yesterday, either yesterday or the day before, that they're canceling school for the rest of the year. Okay. My younger child, my 9-year-old, was not happy about that. Okay. First of all, he wasn't happy that they got off so early because he was scared it was going to interfere with his summer vacation. Now he's upset that things are canceled because, you know, the field trips they were going to go on, you know, and just seeing his friends every day, you know, he's, you know, not very happy about that. Now my 10-year-old was ecstatic. Okay. He was ecstatic. He was very happy. However, since they're not going to be in school, and since I'm not working right now, it won't be for another, you know, 6 to 12 weeks actually before I start working. We're going to do some homeschooling, okay? Which is actually something that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to do that. I really, really have. I wanted to do that. So today we're going to come up with a solid plan on how the 3 of us are going to do that. Now, what we're going to do is they're going to have homeschool 3 days a week. I'm not going to be the only teacher. They are also going to teach. Because remember what I say on this channel, the way that I define learning is the sharing of perspective and experience. That is learning, okay? So both the teacher and the student have to be doing that if any learning is going to occur, all right? The teacher and the student have to be sharing perspective and experience. It's a reciprocal thing if any learning is going to be happening, okay? So this is a great way for me to, you know, demonstrate what I'm talking about when I say that on this channel and in my book, Longing to Learn, okay? Y'all go get that if you haven't yet. So one of the main things that I'm using to create and the detailed plan of how we're going to do the homeschool is this book. It's called Guerrilla Learning: How to Give Your Kids a Real Education with or Without School. Now, by Grace Lewell. Now, I read this book a long time ago. I had, and I think I mentioned it on this channel before. This is when I was working at OPM and I was doing my, the leadership development, the training evaluation and all that stuff. I read this book, okay? So now it's coming in even more handy because I took some of the things out of here to create that new evaluation model, that I came up with, okay? So we're using a lot of the principles in here, okay? Guerrilla Learning, they do a really, really great job of giving examples of things to talk about, how kids learn, how adults learn too. It's not just the kids. So we have I wrote in here some of the topics that we're gonna have for, and I'm gonna type this in the description so y'all can see that. Some of the topics that we're gonna have for homeschool. Like I said, 3 days a week. I'm gonna have a topic one day. They're gonna have a topic, okay, that they have to share their perspective and experience, about. Now of course, we're gonna have to do some research on our topic, okay, depending on what we wanna talk about, all right? So they're gonna have to do that too. I'm gonna be the student as well as the teacher, okay? At least 2 days a week, all right? So here are some of the topics. We have 11 topics so far. There's safety, environment, language, which includes reading and writing, health, which includes physical, mental, emotional, and psychological, cooking, business/entrepreneurship, banking, history, the cyber world, trades like plumbing and electricians and things like that, philosophy and ethics, okay? So those are our homeschool topics. So I'm gonna take, each week we're gonna create lesson plans. It's not just gonna be all in the house. We're gonna go out for some of these things, maybe some of the safety stuff, okay? Business entrepreneur, well, to the extent that we can, right now with all the stuff that's going on, okay? I'm looking into maybe having like guest speakers, I guess you can say, right? So we can get on Zoom or something and talk to somebody in one or more of these areas so that they can tell us what they do, teach us a little bit about what they're doing. And I say us, again, because we're all learning here. We're all using this as a learning experience. And I think it's awesome. I really do. So for the health part, right? So health is not just physical, it's physical, mental, emotional, and psychological. I've been intermittent fasting. Now I started a while ago, but then I stopped. Now I started again. So I've been doing it again for about, how long? Like three or 4 weeks. I think this will be like the 4th week that I've been doing it. And I really like it. I really do, because so I'm doing the intermittent fasting and I'm reading this book. It's called Mindful Emotional Eating, Mindfulness Skills to Control Cravings, Eat in Moderation, and Optimize Coping by Pavel Somov, okay? I love Pavel. Pavel is absolutely amazing. This is the book that I'm reading. Pavel actually did a review of my book, Firing God, and it was wonderful. He's an amazing person. Like, he's a therapist and author and all that stuff, okay? This book is great, okay? Because especially with what I'm doing. Now, I told y'all, look, right here, another video, I showed y'all my vision board. Y'all remember this? Okay, this is my vision board, okay? And on my vision board, I talk about giving more attention to my health, okay? So intermittent fasting, IF, is one way that I'm doing that. But again, health is not just physical, okay? This is not just physical. This is also about, a mental and emotional, right? About the way that you, your relationship with food. One thing he says in here that I think is amazing and excellent is he says that all eating is emotional, all of it. Because a lot of people say, I need to stop emotionally eating. I need to stop eating when I'm bored, stop eating when I'm happy, stop eating, when Pavel says you can't, because all eating is emotional, all of it, which makes sense, right? Because your body doesn't care really what you eat. If you really think about it, your physical body just needs nutrients. That's all it needs, whether it's from carrots or mushrooms or whatever. The body don't care, but you care, right? You want something that tastes good. You want something that reminds you of home. You want something that smells delicious and, makes your mind, all of that's emotional, right? That's way beyond eating to survive. Okay. All right. You're looking for a whole nother level of eating, of using eating to cope with something or to help you feel a certain way. Right. So he does a really great job in here about saying that's okay. Like, that's fine if we eat emotionally. Don't stop it. Okay. But one other thing he talks about in this book is impulse control, right? It's not about having willpower. It's about having skill power. Okay. Skill power is about you being able to practice controlling your impulses. Okay. And the way you control your impulses is to not control it. Okay. Just let it come and go. Know that the impulse to snack, for example, is going to come. Okay. But it's not going to stay there forever. Okay. Nothing stays forever. Okay. It's going to pass. So it's just about really just looking at it, feeling that impulse to eat some chips or cookies or whatever, And if you want to, it's okay to just let it pass, because it has to. Okay. Everything has to. So I love this book. And this is actually something I'm going to use, in the homeschooling, some of the principles and stuff in there, because we don't hear that stuff enough. We really don't. All right. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. And I think what I'm going to do for this channel right now is to, come back and give an update on the kinds of things that we did during homeschool, some of the things that they presented on. I can't wait, because my boys are very intelligent. They are very, very smart. I'm telling you, it amazes me when I just listen to them talk sometimes. They have a lot, to teach. They have a lot to share. They have their own perspective, the way they see and understand things. And I am eager to really hear and see and experience what that is too. So this is going to be fun. All right. I really feel this is going to be fun. All right. So that's all I have right now. I'm going to be coming back to, again, give you all updates on that stuff. I'll give you updates on my IF too, my intermittent fasting. Now, I don't weigh myself. That's not something that I typically do, but I do notice the way my clothes fit. Okay. And they're looser. Somebody just told me last week that some pants I had on were too big for me. Okay. Listen, they were too big, but I bought them. Okay. They were tight. So that's working. Plus, I'm drinking more water. Okay. Which is better for my skin and other parts of my body. Okay. So the water is wonderful. That's good. And also, so right now I'm on a 36-hour. Oh, let me show you what I use. I need to title this again too, to make sure I put intermittent fasting stuff on there. So I use an app to help me come up with the various plans, my IF plans. It's free. Now there's a paid coaching version, and you can do that if you want to, but it's called, what is it called? Is it Body Fast? What the hell is it called? Yeah, Body Fast. It's the Body Fast app. And this is the week I'm doing. I'm in an autophagy. Can you see that? Probably not. It's too bright. You can't see that. A little bit from the side there. Okay. I'm on the autophagy, right? So right now I'm on a 36-hour fast. I have 20 hours remaining. And it's gotten easier. Again, this is about my 4th week. It's really, I actually look forward to when my fasting period comes up. Okay. It feels nice to have more control over, what I do, like what I eat. I can say no to stuff. Like my boyfriend has, said, let's go out to eat and do this, that, and the other thing while I'm fasting. And I said, no, not right now. I never would have done that before, ever. Especially if he's paying. I wouldn't have done that. But I'm able to say that now, right? Because the food ain't going nowhere. Okay, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. That's one of the attitudes that's one of the things that I saw with the fasting, right? Is that I thought about food all the time, like all the time. Okay. Now I'm not obese or anything like that, but I thought about food all the time. Like what am I eating for breakfast? What's going to be for lunch? What's for dinner? And, what can I snack on? And it's like, okay, there's other stuff to think about. Okay. You don't have to be thinking about food all the time. There's other stuff to think about, like for real. And other things to do than planning meals. Okay. But I noticed that, like with the fast, like and then it almost felt like I didn't know what to do with myself. Okay. Because if I'm not eating, even if I'm doing other things, watching TV or working on the computer or something, I got a little snack or whatever, next to me. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sleeping better at night. Okay. Yeah, sleeping a lot better at night. My gut feels a lot better. I don't know. It's just, I know there's a whole lot of benefits for intermittent fasting. And I read this one thing where this guy was saying, because people, when you tell folks you're fasting, they have a certain thing about that, right? They have their own ideas about what that is, like, why are you doing that? Which is annoying as hell because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But he gave a really good example about the difference between fasting and starving yourself. Okay. He said, fasting is like running every day to prepare for a marathon. Okay. Starving is like running from a lion every day. Both you're running every day in both cases. You're not eating in both cases. But first of all, the motivation is different. Okay, the motivation is different, and the mental and physical tools that you need to accomplish them are different. They're different. If you're running from a lion, you're probably real stressed. You got a lot of fear. You're just there's what is that stuff that comes up with all that fear? Cortisol or whatever, which is not good for you. All of that stuff is happening. Okay, when you're running out of fear, or if you're starving yourself. Okay. Now, if you're intermittent fasting, and you have, you're motivated for health reasons, not just losing weight. It's not just a losing weight type thing. Anybody can intermittent fast. Okay. Don't matter what your weight is. All right. But you're doing it to, for your overall health. All right. So I like it. So I've tried various things. Okay. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, the appetite suppressant pills. What else? What's that? Whatever that diet is, where you just eat meat all the time. What the hell is that? I forget what it's called, carnivore or something. I don't know. I forget. Low fat stuff. Tried all that stuff. Okay, all of that. The thing that works for me is intermittent fasting. That's what works for me. Because first of all, I'm not giving up no bread. You can forget it. Forget it. All right. I'm not giving up no rice. That's just not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. It ain't going to happen. Okay. So I'm not giving up anything that I like. I'm not. So that's one reason why intermittent fasting works really well for me, because I don't have to do that. Okay. I ain't got to give up nothing. I can still have the cake and the pop or whatever I want. I just don't have as much of it. Okay. And I have a choice. I can say, you know what? I don't want soda this time. Let me just, drink something else or whatever. So that sense of urgency, like you have to eat this thing, because if you don't eat this thing, it's Oh, hey, Lady Snoop, thanks so much for being here. So, that's just really, really working for me. And I don't have to do what I don't want to do. There's a lot that comes with being able to make your own decisions about just everyday stuff, right? Everyday stuff that we just take for granted, because for a lot of things, we're just on autopilot, right? We just do things because we've been doing them, and we feel like we can't make another decision. We can't make another choice because sometimes we don't know there is another choice to make, you know? So the intermittent fasting has really done a lot to bring clarity, not just to what I eat, okay, but in other aspects, of my life, which is why this book is so good. This mindful emotional eating book is so good, because it's not just about eating. So the guy who wrote this, I said he's a therapist. He also does this when it comes to anger. Okay. Because some people, man, they get angry and you can just forget it. I mean, they just go, it's crazy. Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, how are you? They go crazy, right? So it's called executive function, right? When you're really able to just step back from what's happening, from what you see, for example, the cravings. Okay, you can step back from the feeling of anger. You can just step back and look at it, okay, and decide whether or not you want to act on it. That is the main thing that I have learned from this whole thing, is that I can separate myself from the cravings, from the feelings, from the whatever it is, look at it and decide. I can act on it. I can go ahead and eat whatever or do whatever I want to do, right? But now it's my choice to do it. I'm making the choice. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to do this, all right? Or I'm not going to do this because I don't like the results, okay? So I'm going to say this one more thing regarding that. When it comes to relationships, okay, when you choose something, you choose the result as well. That's something that I have very clearly seen, very, very clearly seen. When I choose to be with someone, for example, okay, and I know what the result is going to be, I know how I'm going to feel with that person, what I'm going to be lacking, what I'm going to like, all that stuff. All that comes together. The result, the consequences come along with all that. So if I don't like any aspect of that, if I don't like the process or the results, then it's not about that person doing something different or changing or whatever. Okay. That's none of my business. Okay. My business is what I'm going to do and what I'm going to tolerate. So I can step back from that, just like I did with the snacks and the anger and all that other stuff, and then make a choice. Okay. And the choice I'm making, I'm saying, okay, when this happens, I chose that. Whether I like it or not, when this happens, I chose that. So when I'm sitting around feeling sorry for myself or feeling like, I'm not in a good space, relationship, or whatever the case is, I chose that. Okay. Now, even seeing that if I'm feeling sad right now, okay, because of some situation that I'm in, even seeing that, Cheryl, you chose this sadness, that still gives you some sense of control, okay? Because if I chose it, then I can choose again. I can make a different choice if I want to, right? So that really takes the onus off of other people, because it don't belong there anyway, okay? It doesn't belong there anyway. So this whole thing has been really helpful, and not just concentrating on the physical aspect of intermittent fasting, right? But all the mental, psychological, the emotional, all that stuff is relevant and important too. Which is why for the homeschooling, health is going to be expanded way beyond physical stuff. Physical is very important, but it's not the only important part of being a healthy person, you know, being a healthy neighbor, citizen, friend, whatever the case is. Okay. All right. So like I said, I'm going to be back to talk to you all about what I'm doing with the homeschooling, how that's going. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. These topics, y'all, I'm really excited. And I'm going to be a lot more faithful with making my videos. Okay. So thanks for coming in and joining me today. So I appreciate it. All right. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Bye.